Hi everybody, it's Lori here today to do a candle review, something a little bit different. We're going to talk about a Goose Creek candle this time. So before we jump into that, I want to welcome you if you are new. Thanks for joining us today, and welcome you if you're a returning visitor. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do so right now down below and hit the like button on this video if this is the kind of content that you like and are looking for. So let's go ahead and jump into the Goose Creek candle review. Okay, today we're going to talk about the Goose Creek Blessed or Blessed Day candle. It is the 24 ounce. Now you're going to notice there's all kinds of wax in here, and there's a reason for that. We'll talk about it in a second. But this is what that candle looks like. And a pretty label on that. My wax is a little bit darker than you'll see if you order this candle. We'll talk about that one too. Here's the candle. It is a 2-wick candle that burns up to 150 hours. And let's read the scent notes. The top notes are apple, orange, and pumpkin. Middle notes are cinnamon, tea leaves, and the bottom notes are vanilla and woods for this particular candle. So again, it's a 24 ounce, burns up to 150 hours, and it's a paraffin blend. Now for this particular candle, this was my first Goose Creek order. I ordered a few of these large jars along with a couple of the smaller jars and some wax melts, I believe. So this is the first Goose Creek candle that I burned out of that large order. And I got a good deal on these. I think they were $9.99 or something along those lines. I looked at it today. I think they're $15.99 on sale, and then there's some additional money off for some particular fall ones or whatever. So you can get a pretty good deal on these as compared to some of the other candle companies out there. I did hear before placing this order, a lot of people really like Goose Creek, but I did hear that they are known for having a lighter throw than Bath & Body Works. And so I took that into consideration, but I wanted to try a few different scents from them to see how I like their performance, if indeed the throw was light for them, and see if I could find any new favorites. And I picked scents that I couldn't necessarily find that particular blend. I did notice they have some really interesting blends on Goose Creek, so I was really looking forward to giving this one a try. Okay, so let's talk about the scent of this candle. Before we jump into that, I have to say, I was really disappointed in the throw. I could barely smell this candle. Even when I was right up on it, I could barely smell it. So I burned this 3 times, a total of 2 to 3 hours at a time. I think the final one I did 4 hours. I was kind of desperate. I wanted to smell it. And, I would get a hint of something and I'd think, wait, is that the candle? It smells pretty good. What is that? And then it would be gone. It was really, really strange. Even in a smaller room like my office here, I just could not tell if what I was smelling was this candle or, maybe a wallflower in the other room or some wax melts that I had, previously melted. It was so strange. And I even moved this to be right next to me when I was sitting watching TV one night. And the overwhelming thing that I could smell, unfortunately, was the wax. It was so weird. So I don't know if I got a dud because I know people love this particular candle. The reviews online are just amazing. And yeah, I don't know if I got a dud and it didn't burn right. So you know what I thought? I thought, okay, I am not wasting my money on this candle. I'm going to put it in a candle crock. So for those of you that don't know, it basically is a crock that the candle goes in and it warms the entire wax. And then you leave it on. Some people leave it on all the time. I'm a little afraid to do that, honestly. When I'm sleeping at night, I turn it off. It takes a while for the wax then to remelt. So usually 3 hours. So I turn it on as soon as I get up in the morning, and then it starts to melt again, and then I leave it on until I go to bed at night. I did that with this. I had it going for about a week and a half, turning it on and off. And by the end of the week, I couldn't really smell anything anymore. So I did pop in one pumpkin spice, I believe, a wax melt into this just to extend the fragrance a little bit, and it did. It was really nice. That's why this is a little bit darker. You'll get more of a, it's more of a lighter orange wax for this particular candle. But I think I could have probably left this in the warmer for another few days, but I'm melting something else in there right now. So I might hold on to this and do it again for, several days, because I will say, I can see why people like this candle when they can smell it, because it is really interesting. It's very complex. You get the orange, you get some tea notes, you get apple, you get pumpkin. I did get a little bit of the creamy vanilla smell in this, and it kind of changes, kind of a chameleon candle, like some people call them, depending on, maybe it picks up what else you have going on in the house. So if I burned another candle somewhere else, maybe it picked up those notes more prominently. I'm not sure, but it was really interesting, and I really liked the fragrance of this. I think that the thing that stood out to me was like an orangey tea, but in a really pleasant, non-overwhelming sense. I was really disappointed that this didn't burn, because I think, or didn't have a throw to it, because I think this would have been absolutely wonderful. So I can see why people love the fragrance. It's just, I couldn't smell it. I don't know if it's a dud. I don't know, but I liked it enough that I might try it if they have a smaller version, if they ever have a 3-wick of this or a wax melt. It's a lovely, lovely fragrance. But again, on this particular jar, I just couldn't smell it. It was so disappointing. I don't know. I wanted to love it. I really did. But unfortunately, I could not smell this. Okay, so that's going to wrap up the Goose Creek Blessed or Blessed Day candle review. Like I said, love the fragrance. If I can smell it, buy it again in some other form. Probably not in this large jar, at least maybe not next year, unless I hear, people are saying, oh, it's so strong this year. Then maybe I would, but otherwise I'm going to hold off. I'll save it for those of you that love this particular candle and you can smell it. I don't know what happened. But anyway, that's going to do it for this review. Thanks so much for joining me today. Go ahead and subscribe down below if you haven't done so already, and give me a like for this video. I'm going to wrap it up today. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.